What is up, guys? Bar trivia day, popping in between rounds. Used to be really good at bar trivia. I also realized that I just ran like the 30-second little like intro dealy before I went live. So you guys didn't see it. Sorry. Just let me know if you guys can hear the mic. I would appreciate it. And 1 second. They've changed deal on here, and I don't like it. Stop. Okay. They changed in StreamYard, the software that I use here. I can't see how many people are waiting or anything anymore. I can see people once I go live, but it's a little unnerving to think that there's nobody there. Can you guys hear me? Just by the way, yes or no would be awesome. Cupcakes, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. All I need to know. Oh, you need more cowbells. All right, well, I don't know what to do about that. I need some more whiskey. Cheers. So what's happening, cupcakes? What's up, Patty? Azrath, I'm good. I'm tired, man. I've been busting my ass all day. This is starting to become a pattern. I normally tell you guys that like I usually take it easy in the morning on days like this because I know that I'm gonna do the live at night, and I have not the last couple of weeks I've been busy um it's time to jump on. So I'm tired a little bit. A little sleepy. What's up, Dan? Try some Montana bourbon. See, it has to be here though. Like people recommend bourbons to me all the time, and I can't get them. Let's see. And bourbon moonshine. I've got a little. Well, it says so Mountain State Distillery. Their Southern Blend whiskey is good, but they also have a like a barrel proof, I think it is. That's clear, so it looks kind of like shine. Doesn't taste like it. Rob wants to know when the 40-watt laser review is coming. Soon. I have not hooked it up yet. I was going to do it the other day. Um, I have I have a slight issue. So that is um I'm trying to confirm like how Xtool wants me to go forward with this because the 40-watt you swap out the gantry and everything. So I don't think I don't think it's so easy to just swap out units. And I still have some 20-watt content that I need to make for you guys that have 20-watt lasers. So I don't but I don't want to have to continue to swap out the gantry. So either I'm going to swap out the gantry, do one 40-watt video, and then swap it back to 20 and do 20s until the 40 watts available, or they're going to send me another unit. That's the easiest thing for me, but we'll see. Anyway, so I do have the 40-watt. It's here. It looks like I'm a little for you guys that watch the live, you may know more of this than I do. But I didn't realize that you swap out the motherboard, you swap out the gantry, and you swap out the laser. Obviously, you're gonna swap out the laser. But yeah, the Mobo and gantry are you swap those out as well. So it comes in a big old box like this. Like I actually thought they sent me a full another laser when I got the box. Montana's the brand. Is it just Montana? I don't know if I've ever heard of that, Matt. Tiny, not much, man. Just chilling. What's up, tripod? How's it going, brother? Um, absolutely. Contact you once done. If I remember, if not, I'll do it tomorrow. You can help with what? Trifitz tell me he can help. Um, where's the 40? Work on the non-pro model. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing. Here's my biggest thing about this. Um, so Matt, let's see. I don't think you can I don't think you can swap it out on the non-pro. I'm not positive, so don't hold me to that. I don't have anything that says that specifically. I just don't um Xtool's not a whole lot about being like like retrofitting stuff. So that's I'm just going on that. Um I don't know, man. I'm a little I'm a little hesitant about this 40 watts. So we'll see how it goes, man. I just um 40-watt diode makes me a little nervous. Open frame 40-watt diode makes me a little nervous still. Um, and well, here's the other thing. That's what I was starting to say is they're going to come out with a 40-watt head, and then very quickly after that, they're going to release a whole unit. Um, so I don't know, man. Like, do you want the whole unit? Like, I would rather have a fully upgraded unit for the 40 watt because like swapping the 20 watt out on the D1 non-pro. um I mean it was fairly simple, but then it was kind of like you had these extra wires running around and stuff like that. It was just a little bit it was a little bit sketch to um of a setup. Not that all my setups aren't sketch. Let's see. What's the best laser printer engraver name brand for non-commercial use? I would say you're looking at probably either Xtool or a Tezer. Would be my two choices. Okay, cool. Did they send you one? Do you have a 40 watt in hand? Um Xtool did tell you that it only works on the pro model? Okay. What's up, Jack? Um like I said, they're not big about being retrofitting anything, so that doesn't surprise me at all. What's up, Daniel? Hey, brother. I just did you see my last video where I had you where I talked about your stiff? The best 3 whiskeys from my state? I don't even know. I mean, like I think I can name 3 from the state. TX whiskey is not too bad if you like something sweet. Still Austin, not too bad. And oh man, I just lost the last one. But most of my whiskey comes from like the Kentucky area. Mm-mm-mm. Sweet. Okay. Um. Yeah, and like I said, like that's it doesn't. This doesn't surprise me at all that they're not going to retrofit anything. They're very forward thinking. They're very much they want you to buy the new thing. So that doesn't surprise me. Welcome to technology, kids. It's like those pesky iPhones. Let's see. Thanks for questions. Well, sorry, what's the real difference between the D1 and D1 Pro besides the Watson laser? The D1 Pro is the entire frame has been kind of upgraded a little bit to be able to withstand the speeds on it. It has limit switches, and there's something else, and I can't remember off the top of my head what that is. But it is, I mean, it is an upgraded frame. Basically, when they came out with the 20 watt, they realized they could run it faster, so they wanted a stronger, more robust frame to be able to handle it. Let's see. Any recommendations or future videos on a 3D printer? Seth, how much do you want to spend? Um, if money is not an object, buy a Bamboo Carbon X1. It is ridiculously fast. I don't know anybody that has one that doesn't not like it. Um, and they're just crazy. It's a brand new thing, but they're like 800 to $1,000. If you um skull cup, what are you seeing? Um if but like the Ender 3, there's a bunch of different ones. I can't remember which one I have off the top of my head. Ender's a great like beginning 3D printer, and I will be doing a video on that soon. Super easy to put together. I've been kind of stalled on a video because I was going to do like a unboxing and build video, and it literally takes like 10 to 15 minutes to set up. It's super easy. Um, so um, coming soon. Let's see. What skull cup? This? This doesn't have a skull on it. I mean, it's laser. It is laser engraved, but this one, this isn't. No, you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Skull cup. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to use the 40 watt on a non-pro machine, talk to Daniel. He can get you a um uh he can 3D print your rig to add it to that. It's just on Amazon for webcam. My laser suggestions. Let's see. Regrets. Oh, so you want a cam? You want a cam to show up in LightBurn, right? Is that what you're talking about? Kobe Smith. What is he? Geeks at Large. Geeks at Large. He has a kit that I would totally go with that kit. 1 second, let me just pull it up real quick. Laser accessory. Go to the shop. Let's see. No. Camera kits. Control copy. And let's see. Trying to figure out the best way to throw this up there. Camera kit for LightBurn. Assuming is what you mean. So if I do this, can you guys pull that off there? Actually, don't. Hold on. Edit that. Don't scroll. Save. If I put that up there, can you guys pull that off, or do I need to put it into a comment? A step-by-step from start to finish product for the D120 Pro with extension. People ask me about that extension all the time. I don't have the extension. I've never had to put it on, so I really can't even. Oh yeah, the flame detection. Nobody cares about that. I've never had the experience of putting it on, so I can't even field questions about it. I do not have any sort of surge issue with any of my X tool lasers. Are you saying that you think the laser's actually surging and causing outages? That is definitely a bucket list trip. My wife's drugged me to enough wine tastings that we should definitely do that. Need D1 Pro for dummies. Watching videos isn't good. So when you say watching videos, are you saying you don't like my videos, man? No, actually, Tiny, if there's stuff that you want me to address, do me a favor and email me at looking for it. Did I already drop that thing off? Oh, I can't do both at the same time. Email me at nick@builddadbuild.com and we can talk because I want to do some beginner videos. I'm going to go back to some of my older videos that I did with the 10 and the 10 watt and the 5 watt and redo them with the 20 so you can kind of get an idea of speeds and stuff like that. Um, and now we got Mike here from Kentucky, so he needs to invite us all down so we can go on this bourbon tour. Yeah, bamboo X1 carbon is sweet. I need to invest in it. I just have not. I need to learn how to run a 3D printer first. I'm so mad, dude. So listen to this. So 3D printer story. I I'm rebuilding my desk right now, and I have like a dock for SD cards and stuff like that. Um, and I wanted to mount it under the desk, and I saw somebody had it mounted, so I looked it up. I found it on Amazon. These two little mounting brackets, so I ordered them, and it took like 2 weeks for them to get to here, and they're freaking free 3D printed, which means I could have done them myself. Let's see. Thickest acrylic I think you can cut on the D1 Tema Pro. I have never cut anything more than 3 millimeter, but I haven't tried. So I'm not positive. I would think 3 millimeters is about what you can do because they don't like when you go to look at their preset settings and stuff like that, they don't have anything thicker than 3 millimeter in there, which makes me think um that anything over 3 millimeter, you're going to have kind of wonky results. The problem with acrylic is like if you get it too hot, it melts and it bubbles and you get rough edges. So I would think that you probably could slow the laser down and cut through thicker acrylic, but you're probably not going to get a clean edge. Now with this bad boy that's covered right now, but the AP laser behind me, that will cut through 3/4 inch acrylic like it's butter, and it flame polishes the edge. Hey, Donna, don't worry about it. All good. Let's see. Enter 5. Tripod's just got all the 3D printers. So you can do all sorts of stuff, which is crazy. It's like the closest thing to just like being able to like magically make things. Um, when I originally wanted one, I really thought I would use it for more utilitarian stuff. Like you'll see stuff like some of the stuff like Daniel, a live pixel. Where's your thing? Let me throw you up there, brother. Um, if you go look at um if you go look at Daniel's website, a lot of those items are 3D printed. So if you had a 3D printer, like you could do it yourself if you had the file or you knew how to design it. Um, and so I really thought it was going to be more utilitarian like that when I first wanted one. But as soon as I printed like some cool little shapy things, I'm like, now I want to make all the little figures. Just get one, and then you'll freak out. Grass, did I leave it up long enough for you to read that, or do I need to throw it back up? I think I can throw it in here, right? Here, well, maybe. There it is. I'm gonna put it in chat. That way, I know you guys can. You guys should be able to grab it. You can't get it. Okay, Deanne says you can't get it. So eventually, this will go into chat. There we go, and you should be able to grab it out of there. I don't know if I understand what you're saying. I know Xtool creates Gerbil G code, and I got a CNC router / laser printer, and it requires G code. I bought it off of Amazon. I can even use it. You can't even use it. Have you tried it with LightBurn, Kevin? Um, you did a skull. Oh, wait a second. You did a skull on your video where you messed up and then fix it. Yeah, that was I did that with the laser. That was laser engraved. Sorry, my leg itches. Ooh. Okay, now I'm way behind. So give me a second. I gotta scroll. Well, I hope you gave her my affiliate link. Let's see. Okay, you have to build area. Okay, so Robert, I think he's talking about the extension and the firmware. Change it to your build area. That meant I had to change it in Laser Gerbil and in LightBurn. I wouldn't think it's much different for X tool. Yeah, sounds about right. Do I not have hats? Hold on a second. I thought I did have hats. I went through this big thing where they kept telling me they couldn't do the hats that I want them to do because um, the stitching was going to be too fine. But yeah, I've got hats, man. Brother, I got hats. I had hats. You can find hats right here. That's the old Build Dad Build store. Uh, Amazon D1. Um, yeah, I'm all about that, dude. Let's get the band together. um, I could, and honestly, I have a frame sitting up there right now. And you probably see it. It's right there. That's my old D1 frame. I might be able to swap everything out. The thing is that so it's Chinese New Year right now. So like my person that I'm talking to in China, she'll respond to emails, but it takes her like a couple of days because they're on holiday this whole week. So I will know more once like I think they're back. I think they're back in the office on the 29th. All right, let's unpack this one, Donna. My issue for the laser are the files for multiple layers. So why is that an issue? I'm just curious. Yeah, see, Daniel says 6 millimeters, but on acrylic, but it leaves bad edges. I think it looks awesome, and I think they should send me one. But other than that, I haven't used it. Make or Break Shop did a pretty good video on it. It looks sweet. So Amtech reached out to me, but I do have like a kind of a contract with AP Laser now, where I can't review competitor stuff of theirs really. So I kind of told them I couldn't do it. It looks very cool. I like it, from what I've seen of it. Let's see. I have never tried Corian. If anybody has, let me know. But like I've never tried to engrave Corian, so I don't know exactly. 'Cause Corian's not real stone, right? It's manufactured stone, right? Am I thinking of the right substance? So the idea is, excuse me. My thought was, and that's the reason I didn't want to put the 40-watt unit on yet because I get a lot of questions about like glass and different things, and there's a lot of different things that you can put on glass to engrave it. So I wanted to do a video where I tried like a bunch of those and just like kind of had them all sitting, after the fact to kind of review them. But yeah, I mean, if I do that video, I will definitely use masking tape. You use masking tape, you can use tempera paint, dish soap. I've heard there's something else. I mean, aside from like cold galvanizing compound stuff like that. Uh, so that is a great question. Um, the one I have down here, I shouldn't have down here because I do not have a CO2 fire extinguisher down here. I have a regular fire extinguisher down here. Upstairs, and what I need to do is buy another one for down here. Is I have a small CO2 um, uh, fire extinguisher, and that is better. If you ever have to put a fire out with that, and you have to spray it on your laser, it's better for the components than like your regular, whatever the chemicals are on a regular fire extinguisher. If you want to email me at nick@builddadbuild.com, I can send you the link to the one I have. I just don't have it handy right now, but it's a little tiny guy. It's like this. Uh, All right, homie. Like honestly, like so far, 3D printing has been so so much easier than I thought that I wish I would have started it earlier. I just honestly I haven't sat down and tried to 3D print a lot of stuff yet. Like I did a benchy and I did like one of those little the cubes that like let you know if you're in whatever um if you're accurate. And then I made a little like a bunny or something like that. It's all cool. Let's see. When I email you, is it okay if I give you my number that way? If while you're going through stuff, better understanding, try to email me. I don't really call people. It's an anxiety thing. But I can definitely communicate with you via that, or like we can text or something like that. What's up, Venturi? And you have to send her 3 editor. Sorry, I'm just gonna pop up what I'm reading, so you guys don't just think I'm staring off the screen. Kevin, you have to have a good sender and a 3D editing software. CNC software is expensive. I know library. So here is Daniel. This is kind of a question for you, or other people for that matter. What do you make files in? So like all I've done on the 3D printer so far is downloaded a file and then like put it on an SD card, put it in there, and printed it. I haven't really messed with anything, but if I wanted to like just make like I was saying, just some rudimentary brackets to hold something under my desk. Like, what do you do that in? Are you using CAD? Donna, I can't remember what you said now. Hold on. Okay. Um. So Donna, are you using are you using Lightburn or are you using uh XCS? If you're using Lightburn, I'll just answer them both for you. If you're using Lightburn, what I would do is you put all the like put all the files on there. I'm assuming that you have multiple layers, but you don't have enough cutting area to cut all those at once. Because like on the big laser behind me, I would put my material out there and cut them all at once. But I feel like you're contained inside your smaller unit, right? So um, if you're in Lightburn, I would put all the files down, and then I would anything you don't want to cut right then, I would put on a toolpath. Cut what do you need to cut, swap your material out, put that layer on a toolpath, take another one off, and put that there and cut it, and go like that. In XCS, you can do something. Well, you can do it a couple of different ways, but the easiest way I have found to do it is uh, open the file in there, take the piece that you want to cut, select all the other ones, and control cut them. So just cut or control C them, I guess. Uh, and then run that one layer. And then once you come back to your workspace again, undo that. Um, select the other ones that you don't want to cut them again, and keep doing that. And to me, that's easier than copying them off into separate files or something like that. Do you want? Loving it. It's just more complicated than. Yeah, the Niji, like I like the Niji that I reviewed. I reviewed the 3 Max. I think it was what it was. That was cool. Um, so here's the thing. This is and so I don't know if somebody misinterpreted something. I was reading this on X Tools Facebook page, I think today or yesterday. Basically, somebody asked the same question as Donna here. What can the 40-watt diode do over the 20-watt? And actually, the way they phrased it was, what can the 40-watt do over the 20-watt aside from cut thicker material? And the response was, X Tool said that if you're going to cut, if you're just engraving, that you should go with the 10 or the 20-watt, which is weird to me because They were asking me if, like, now that they have a 40-watt diode, if I would consider, um, going, like, team diode and not using CO2 lasers anymore, and I'm like, "My CO2 laser is pretty friggin' accurate," you know? I mean, it's not like, it engraves well, and you can swap the lenses out on it, so the answer is no, but, um so you're gonna see a speed increase, which we saw a speed increase with the 20 watt from the 10 watt, Donna. So it was like right when I was I was demoing the 20 watt during a live one time, and I had it running, and I was literally sitting there telling everybody they should hold off on the 20 watt because I didn't think it was a good deal for the price and whatnot. And I ran something I think I ran like a flask, and I did a flask in like it was like a third of the time of the 10 watt, and it went so fast. I was like, okay, I have to change my opinion of this thing now because the time you save is what's beneficial there. So you should see like a speed like because you should be able to run it faster, right? So if you can run it faster, then um you should be able to cut thicker material and you should be able to run engraves faster. I guess is what I'm getting at. If you I'm glad that you guys are talking to each other over here. I like this. CNC size. 3ds Max. So that's well, that's okay. Um, I looked into game design for a while, like being a game designer, and so I did do a little like I did dip a toe into like some 3D modeling programs. And that's funny because you said 3DS, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense." This chat is great. Back to work. Cheers, Oliver. Take it easy. Was that like an hour ago? Now that I'm all behind. Matter control. So Basil uses matter control for the 3D printer, VCarve Pro for the CNC, and okay. Is that what Blender does? Is Blender 3D? I see that come up every once in a while, and I didn't realize that it's probably popping up um because I've been searching for modeling software and stuff like that. I don't know what I did with my so it smells a lot like stain in here because I was staining the dust today. So I've been burning incense if you see the smoke because I'd rather smell incense than the stain. And that's burning my fingers. All right. If enough is have LightBurn. I don't know. I think Lightburn is like, hey man, we make something, and like everybody loves it, and we're just gonna stick with it. What's up, William? Oh, brighter colors. So like on metal, I don't know, man. Like I think it's cool to be able to do the colors on metal, but to me, it's kind of a gimmick. Because it just doesn't seem like it's not. I mean, I guess if you don't really care how long something takes, but see, to me, like time is uh my biggest issue. So that's the reason I like the big CO2. I cut my little tiny keychains on it because I can do them so much faster. Excuse me. Um, let's see the dot. Well, and yeah, so I don't know. I can't remember if they said what the size of the dot was. Um, it's still negligible. Like I still can't tell a difference. I like visually, I can't tell a difference between the 10 watt and the 20 watt. Now, I mean, like, naked eye. Like, I never sat there and, like, got it under a microscope or anything because I would never do that. I don't know. I can actually, you know what? Hold on 2 seconds. Let me grab the manual and see if it says in there. If I don't know if somebody heard that or not, or I don't know if they said in their live. But give me 1 second. I gotta say, so X Tools come like leaps and bounds since when I first started working with them, because they used to send me like when they would send me a new laser, it would be like in a box. It was like hodgepodge together with a bunch of tape all over it. And now they send me like the fancy manuals and stuff. All right, I need readers to check this out. Hold on. Just want to see if it says in here or if it's just the instructions. Shit, I don't think there's any specs in here. Modify setup instructions. I don't think this has it in there, guys. No, this is just a setup. Sorry, I don't have it. But you got to see my old man look. I'm sure you guys are all over that. Let's see. I've not actually set it up yet, Steve. I'm still I was telling the guys earlier. I still want to make some 20-watt content, and um, you have to swap out the gantry and everything when you put it on, and you have to swap out the gantry and the motherboard. So I want to make sure that I have some sort of recourse to go back to the 20 watts so I can make 20-watt content because I don't know when the 40 watts coming out either. Interesting. So did they say if the 20-watt laser will fit on the gantry? I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to have Daniel print me something out. Dun, 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 dun. So I have an X carve that you guys don't see very much, but I do need to do some more content with it. And now that they've actually released that they can do their software can do 3D carving now, which it couldn't before. Um, well, I guess reliefed 3D carving. That's kind of cool too. I have some ideas for it. Um, and I had it just drives me nuts. Um, yeah, that's better. That's Daniel. um, I I have a bunch of videos I want to do. This freaking desk project has taken me way longer than it should have because I'm an idiot. But since I've been pouring epoxy and staining and stuff out here, I can't like run the CNC while I'm doing that because there's sawdust everywhere and stuff like that. So, well, we should normalize once I get the desk upstairs, which should be in the next couple of days. I mean, it's finished. It's sitting over there. I mean, it's not finished, but the desk top and everything has been put together and it's epoxied and all that good stuff. Oh wow, that's that's significantly bigger because the let's see, the 20-watt is point 0.10 by 0.08, right? So that's I mean, now granted, that's still super small, but good to know. Good to know. Um, glad that I went and got that manual. Uh, Yeah, see, but the thing is, Robert, I would then I would just rather wait until the whole unit comes out. Huh. Okay. All right. Cool. So Jem says that the 20 watt does fit on the new gantry. So if that works, then that should be awesome. As long as I can swap the 20 watt out and the 40 watt, um, then I'm kind of happy with that. Like, I just, to me, it's pointless to other than to show you guys the 40 watt. It's kind of pointless for me to do a bunch of 40 watt content until you guys can actually purchase a 40 watt. And they have the F1 like for pre-sale on their website, but they have that, but you can't, as far as I know, you can't buy the 40 watt, or maybe you can. Can you just go into accessories and do it? And think about that. Because I was looking at her full units and I'm like, well, there's no full unit, but I could see them having the 40 watt um under accessories. Yeah. Wow. $1,000. So if that thing is $1,000, dude, that whole system's gonna be 16 to 1,800 bucks, I bet. That's crazy. Hmm. 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 So I don't know. I don't know. It seems like this is happening very fast, and that's why I worry a little bit about safety of the machines and stuff like that. Is that like we had the 5 watt lasers forever, and then the 10 watt came out, and that was a big deal. But as soon as they realized they could make a 10 watt, somebody realized they could make a 20 watt, and they made a 20 watt. Now they're at 40 watt. You've got, I think, a Tesla's coming out with a 35, Atom Stock's coming out with a 35, and I just I'm a little worried about how I love innovation and I love to see things move forward like this, but I don't necessarily. And this isn't just X Tool. It's just it's companies that don't have to abide by U.S. standards, that worry me a little bit about safety and stuff like that. Like I feel like they might cut corners and stuff like that. Um, so this is the big question, Jim. Right? And I would say that I really like working with CO2 lasers. I think diodes are fun. So it's like, to me, this is a diode is a motor scooter, and then a CO2 is like a motorcycle or even a sports car to me. Um, I just and I don't know what to go with that other than it doesn't matter how powerful a diode laser is. It's never going to be able to cut or engrave clear without some sort of deal where CO2 is. So at that point, I would say that unless you don't have any interest in ever like etching glass or acrylic or stuff like that, um, I would say that CO2 is always going to win on that. Wait, who said who? Jim Castro said, "What did you say before that? Jim? Does it the geometry? Okay, and then wait a second. Depends. Oh, okay, okay. So I always say that. Okay, well, so just be prepared for headaches possibly if you buy a K40, because you're looking at something that you just basically have no support on other than forums. That's the reason that's the reason they're cheap, right? Um, but I would say CO2s in general, I think are like a little safer, a little better to work with. Um, So I yeah, that's kind of the I don't know how much work I would do on a diode, especially having this big laser. I'm just spoiled, right? Um, but I don't know how much I would do on the diodes if I wasn't making content for people that only have diodes, I guess is the thing. I love them. I think they're cool, and like I like the open architecture to a certain degree. I think there's a safety issue once you get too hot. And I think they're really cool for stuff like if you really want to dial in and do like tile, like painted tiles and stuff like that. I think these do a much better job because they can still be pretty snappy on them, and at that point, a CO2 is almost too much power. True. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, you're right, and I think that so I guess Xtool did announce that they're also I think that, I think that incense is, like, getting to my throat. I guess Xtool did say that they're gonna come out with a 55-watt CO2 laser as well, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that, right? Like, first of all, where'd you get 55 watts? You're not gonna be able to, like, compare settings to anybody at 55 watts, but, if you're putting out a CO2 and you're putting out a 40-watt diode, I think that everybody would buy the CO2. Not a big fan of scotch, so I would say it's more like bourbon. Let's see. My question is a 20-watt CO2 versus a 20-watt diode and a 20-watt fiber laser. Do they all do the same amount of electricity? I do not know because there was a long-standing thing where when Auteur first came out with the Auteur LaserMaster 2 Pro, or it might have just been the LaserMaster 2, not the Pro, um, they were calling it a 20-watt diode, but what it was 20 watts going into it and then converting into 5 watts of power out. Um, that being said, I don't know. I mean, as far as like power that's coming in, um, I don't know. I mean, like fiber, I would think is definitely going to be different because fiber is a bunch of diodes like all focused in one spot. Or I guess run through fiber optic cable, just focused in one spot. Um, so I don't know. Can't say for sure. Sure. It depends on what you are printing on, but for that, man, you got to run a speed and power grid because when you're doing portraits and you want to get like that, those really fine details and things like that, you have to know the perfect setting for your laser. And that perfect setting, like for me, may be like a little faster and less power, or more power and a little slower. And I mean that can all come boil down to like geographic location, like how humid it is here versus how humid it is there. Yours may react a little different. So, like if you want to cut 3 millimeter, pine, like we can all kind of give you, I guess like starting off uh settings. But when you're trying to do portraits and you're trying to get really fine detail, um, there's people that like the people that do like the painted tiles, like the Norton wide tile method. Those guys have their settings so crazy dialed in that they're like, I set my DPI at 312 and I do, this and this and this. That's something you got to experiment with. So I would check out this website. Um, and you can make your own power grids there. Here, actually, you know what? I should probably hold on, let me edit this real quick so I can throw it in the chat. Here's that website if you want to copy it. But yeah, I mean, you gotta be doing your own. You gotta do a speed and power for that. Bye, Donna. True. But well, one, my like so I'm never putting this to the test, and I'm always going to wear safety goggles when I use a fiber laser. But my understanding is that the fiber laser can't like doesn't mess with your eyes. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't trust it. But that's I was watching a video on this. This guy was like, yeah, you don't have to wear like you don't have to wear any eye protection because it's not on a frequency that would like actually mess with your eyes. But see, like fiber laser and CO2 for the like to a certain degree, like you can't see them. So like I'm hyper conscious of that. But then you've got your diode lasers that have like this shield around them that's supposed to kind of protect your eyes. And I've sat here before and I've been on the computer and I've had my laser going with the shield on, and just that little, area where it's shooting out and hitting the material where you can actually still see the blue light. I've gotten finished with my day and I've gone inside and I could like one eye hurts more than the other because it was closer to it. So, and that's with like a 5 or a 10 watt run. I would hate to see what a 40 watt would do. I mean, you could be really kind of messing with your eyes. Oh, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. But I was watching a video where this guy straight up said, you don't need to wear eye protection around a fiber laser. Again, I 100% agree with you. Um, Yeah, and the funny thing is like I have a couple of pair of CO2, and the like all my CO2s are enclosed. But yeah, I don't want to like I've already had LASIK and my eyes are getting old and I can't see very good up close and all that. I don't want to mess with that. Nobody got time for that. Oh, all right. So I mean, feel free to fire off questions if you guys have them, and I will answer them or we'll talk. But I do have questions for you guys. YouTube is really after me to start up channel memberships, and I don't really know what to do with channel memberships. One, I don't know if you guys would be like, "What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother?" I don't know if you guys would be really into them. Um, and like one of the big things is like the lower tiers you would have like different like emojis and stuff that you could do in chat like when we're doing lives. I don't know if that's something that would appeal to you guys, but I don't even know what kind of emojis I would do at that point. Um, so what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like, like one, would you be interested in channel memberships? Like, yes, interested or no interested, or no, not interested. Um, and if you are interested, like, what would you expect that to look like? Like I'm already doing the lives. I don't want to take the lives away from everybody. Like I don't you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like, "Hey, listen, you only see lives if you're a member." Um and things like that. Cupcake emoji, I did think about that. But I don't know what that looks like, and I really have kind of put it off because I just don't really know what to do with it. It would be your way to be able to support the channel. And like and it's like Patreon, like I do have a Patreon page and whatnot, but it's like that takes you away from YouTube. So YouTube obviously would rather you guys do memberships, right? Um, but yeah, well, so Basil, I can make the emojis. Like they don't. I can make them whatever I want. Um, I just don't know. I was on a call with YouTube the other day, and they were asking me why I don't have them set up, and I was like, my answer was like, I just really don't understand them. What's up, Rosin? I'm like, I just really don't understand what I would do with them. Um, Sorry, I'm uh, I agree, Matt, but you don't have YouTube saying like, "Hey, why don't you do this for us?" Come on, come on, buddy. Um, and it like to me, I wouldn't really have considered uh memberships before, but now that I've started doing a live every Wednesday, I think it might be cool to have people like have like status and whatnot. Um, I mean that seems to be like a big thing on Twitch, which is I guess what they're trying to do. If you make wait a second, I gotta read this. You're not gonna cut people out of responding if you no. I would absolutely so what one, I wouldn't take anything that I'm already doing and put it behind like a quote unquote paywall, right? I don't want to do that. What would be like a thing is like you would get your question answered first type thing, that it would give you like a little bit more of a like a status type thing. And again, I don't know if I'm like down to do it or not. I just they've kind of been after me to do it for a little bit. And to tell you the truth, I really don't like dealing with Patreon. Their whole thing is kind of it's just really clunky. I just don't like it. Let's see. And so I also thought about doing this, but um, most people or like anybody that I've seen do this, they have like a lot of attrition. So right now I have like fifty patrons. And if I tried to get them all to come over to memberships, I would probably like on a good day get half of them, which kind of really eats into like, one of my revenue streams. So I mean I have to like kind of keep that in mind too. So membership, it's like a tiered thing. So you'd have like a $3, $5, whatever. I don't know. I haven't really considered. So with Patreon, I made a $5, a $10, I'm sorry, a $3, a $5, a $15, and a $30 tier. Okay. And what I really thought was I would get a ton of people in at $3 and I would have very little people at $30. And right now, my $30 tier is a little low, but I was surprised at how many people came in at the $30 price point. Cause I was really like, hey man, I can spare $3 a month, So I thought a bunch of people would do that. Not to say that I don't have some people in at the $3 mark, but I have many like I would say half my patrons are 15 or $30. William, crack me up. Super thanks is always super thanks is active now. You can do it. You can do it now. You should have the option to do it right now, Matt, if you want. Come on, do it. Just kidding. That's right. Got this little boiler maker in the house. That's the other thing, man. People don't understand when I'm like, hey, yeah, my top tier patrons are my boiler maker patrons. I think a lot of people don't know realize that a boiler maker is a drink either. So what are you gonna do? I can't appease all the people all the time. Peasies. Anyway, so yeah, like it wouldn't be that's the other thing. I would have to I go I'm seeing like I'm going back to what Kevin said, like how much would it cost? And I'm like, well, the thing is I gotta figure out something else that I'm gonna offer you over here for that cost too, right? Because I don't want to take away anything that I'm giving you now. I don't want to go like all of a sudden, oh wait, like unless you're a member, you can't come to the lives, that's dumb. So I don't know. And you like, I mean, there were probably swag and shit like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Give me some reminder. Let's see. Resin is like the YouTube memberships can be similar to Patreon. It's to support the channel. See, Volner doing it. Thanks, brother. You can even do member only vids and chats if you want to. It's easier on Patreon, though Patreon fees are less. So yeah. So here's the deal. Like I offer some stuff on Patreon that's I tried to offer uh like a patron only live once a month. And I will have it, and I will have one or no people show up. So I'm like, well, wait, like, so, like, is that, is it, does that have any worth to it then? But yeah, so Matt's got the super sticker. It's cracking me up. I was really curious. So Matt, I'm in a third party software called StreamYard, so I can do multiple cameras and stuff if I need to. And I was really curious if it was going to show up in here or how it was going to show up. But it does show up, and it shows up at the top of my screen too. Nicely done. Sure. Couldn't go $2, huh? Hmm. Hmm. Matt, you're cracking me up, dude. What do you got going on right now, brother? So if you guys don't follow Voltner Woodworking, you should. It's Voltner Woodworking, right? Yeah. Um, go follow his ass. I never see the notification for Patreon live vids. So William, I haven't done I haven't put it up in a long time because I tried 4 times, and 2 times nobody showed up, 1 time and 2 times one person showed up. I have YouTube. Wait a second. I have YouTube on another account, but I started it as a finance channel. But I see a lot of people are into the things I do, luckily similar to what you were doing. Should I? I have a YouTube channel. I have YouTube on another account, but I started it as a finance channel. But I see a lot of people are into things I do locally, similar to what you were doing. Should I? Should you what, Robert? Of course, man. Anybody ask me to follow him, I follow him. And then like 6 months down the road, I'm like, why am I following this guy? Because he's not posting anything. But yeah, yeah. It's like a riddle. Cracking me up, dude. Um, oh yeah, did you see my latest find over here? I'm so messed up. There it is. See this little guy right here? I was driving. I, I'm so backwards on my screen. The little that dude right there. I was driving the kids to school one day, and the that mannequin is just like sitting out there, like leaning against a tree. I was like, that's creepy. So when I came home, I stopped and grabbed it. Ha! It's up to you, Robert. I mean, like, YouTube is a cruel, cold bitch. It depends on how much time you want to devote to a YouTube channel. Because if you're not going to devote a lot of time to it, you're not gonna go anywhere with it. And it took me a long time to get where I am, and I'm just now at 100,000 subs. Um, it's uh, if it's something you're passionate about, I would say totally start a YouTube channel, man. And you could even use your old finance channel and just change all the stuff on that. Don't worry about that. Like, I don't know what kind of following you have on that, but you can just change your, username and all that stuff, and take the finance videos down and just start on there. So you're not starting completely fresh. But um yeah, man, it depends on how much time you want to devote to it. I love doing me some YouTube, which is the reason that I talk to the YouTube folks and do like I do a lot of work with them where they call me, they want to know about a new product and like how I feel about that and things like that. So, but that's because I love working with them. And that's the reason, that's the other reason that I bring up memberships, is because, like, they have treated me well. I wouldn't mind, helping them out that way either. Mm. The tooth, or now teeth, are being fixed tomorrow. Um, so I don't know, Resin, I don't know if you heard, but like when they went in to fix the one tooth, they realized that I cracked a tooth behind it too. Um, so I have two temporary crowns, Rahel, and tomorrow I go in for my permanent crowns, my permanent crowns. Yeah, correct. Absolutely. Yeah, if I didn't I like to build things, but I actually really like to like video edit and make the videos more than anything. Um so yeah, I don't know, like uh, like I always joke that it would take me half as long to build anything if I didn't have to have the camera going. But like the fun part for me is like editing the video and putting it together. First of all, Sarah, thank you for your service. Let's see. I have PTSD. Feel you. So I don't leave the house much. Do take care of my kids. That's why I wouldn't want to do it when they're off school. So I do have a lot of time. So I mean, not that my wife doesn't take care of the kids too, but she works. Like I take the kids to school in the morning and I pick them up in the afternoon because she works longer shifts. So my workday is actually a little shortened by that. But I wouldn't trade that for the world. So like if I can't get a video out like in a timely manner because I was taking care of my kids, everybody can screw off. I don't think I've dropped an F bomb once tonight, so I'm kind of happy about that because usually my lives get demonetized. Or partially demonetized. Um This is a double-edged sword, by the way, because I've needed to change out the the sensor in a dehumidifier like in the house for like 2 weeks, but I keep telling myself because when I tried to figure out how to do it, I went to YouTube and I couldn't find a good video on it. And the one guy that was like actually did do a video on it. He's like holding his phone and he's like he would be pointing it at the thing and then he would just like, "Oh, sorry, my phone's not in focus." And, so I'm like, "Okay, when I do this, I have to video it." But it's gonna take me 3 times as long because I'm gonna have to, like, rig lights and get the camera angle right and all that stuff. So, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes I just don't video things that I fix because I I don't wanna set all that up. I do try. I do try to be entertaining. Although I tell you what, like I've always been myself in my videos, and if I followed a better formula, I probably my channel would probably be a lot bigger. But I don't, I can't not be me, which means I am still going to wear shirts that say "coffee slut" on them and whatnot, and make inappropriate jokes. Then build things and do not video them. Actually, I would say, if you like to build things, but video editing is not like your strong suit, look at Instagram, man. You know, I mean, like take a photography class, figure out how to light a little bit, and just take pictures of your stuff, man. I know a lot of people that make their living on Instagram. Casey Neistat, if you guys don't know who Casey Neistat is, uh, Casey Neistat has a great course that I keep trying to get into. It's constantly sold out on storytelling, which is just key to learn how to video edit. But check out like Skillshare or I think it's Skillshare. There's some folks on that make YouTube videos on video editing, but they have like full on courses on Skillshare. At least a day, a day, Matt, a day, 10 hours a day. Wait, hold on. Please just post a video after the dentist visit before the Novocaine wears off. Okay, but I hate to warn you. When I'm in pain, I'm just an ass, like more than normal. I would just like to point out that the entire time that I've been referring to Resin Dragon Studios, I have thought that Resin Dragon was a boy. So welcome to the club. Fist bump. Um, yeah. So shorts are shorts are going to be big this year. I literally have another phone now. Yeah, I haven't completely set up, but it is just going to be my shorts machine. I'm just gonna have it linked to like my social medias and nothing else. I'm not gonna do anything else with that phone except uh, short short form content because I want that money. So what is I'm sorry. What is Dame Yerba? Should I know what that is, or is that what is it? Excuse me. A lifelong business. What's the best place to sell the stuff you make? Make business prevented. So is what's the best place to sell the stuff you make a question, or is that what you're doing? What's up, radio? Um, the reason I say that is because the best place to sell your stuff depends on your personality. I don't like I don't I'm not super outgoing. In public settings. So I wouldn't be really good at like craft shows. But if you really like to talk to people, craft shows is the way to go. If craft shows isn't your thing, if like you're a little bit more like introverted like I am, then Etsy is a good way to go. And if you're thinking about doing Etsy, email me. I will point you towards my guy. I had a guy come in and kind of I think it was 15, maybe $30. He came in and he reviewed my entire Etsy page, told me what I needed to do different. And after he did that, it took me like I was a star seller in like 2 months, but I would have been a star seller in 1 month. But I got thrown in Etsy jail. I did something wrong. See, I went to school for video editing and film production. So like I'm familiar with all this stuff. Uh, no worries. No, no, no. I'm always glad. I'm always glad that my female viewership is up. I my viewership is like the funny thing is like I think I have a higher female viewership than a lot of DIY channels because mine's like 20%. But I just always like it's just in my nature to assume. You're goddamn right. Yeah, I gotta do something like it's too much. Actually, the reason I want to do that is because I have a bad habit of like, oh, I need to do this on my phone, and then I look at my phone and I get like I see my notifications that I get distracted for a half hour. Let's see. My email is nick@builddadbuild.com. Boop. Super easy. Also look for music and themed events. They're big sellers. I did 1,700 bucks. Yeah, yeah. Like if that's your thing, man, do it. Like I know I shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like I swear I have it. I have the ticker too. There we go. Yeah, if you have something like this, like we went to like this midnight, what was it? It was this cool little uh winter solstice like market thing that was at night, and it was it was like it was like bar adjacent, and they had all these cool things. And I was like, this is a great place to sell stuff like that. So yeah, the biggest thing with if you want to sell in person, find your niche, right? So if you're into sporting events, go to sporting events. If you're into music, go to music. I mean, like all that stuff is going to lend to your niche, which again, you always hear niche down, and niche down is what you need to do. If I would niche down a little bit more, um, on you damn laser people. No, just kidding. Um, I'd probably do a little bit better. I like my channel to be a little broader. And I'm sure people are going to tell me that I shouldn't do that, but I don't care. What's Volter out? All right, brother. Take it easy. Love you, Matt. Holy shit. Jerry, did you just show up, brother? All right, I gotta check this out. Hold on. I bought a 10 watt. I used it in. I don't know what a Zabetu laser is. I get a lot of like requests to review lasers that I've never heard of. So that's very interesting. Yeah, we're probably winding down here anyway. It has been over an hour. Anyway, so give me a yay or nay, like a yes or a no in chat if you would be interested in channel memberships, because honestly, for me to set them up is a pain in my ass. So, um, like if nobody's gonna do it, I don't like, I like to I like to allocate my time where it's useful. We're staining wood with tattoo ink very soon. Excuse me. Take it easy, brother. Thanks, homie. Thanks, Daniel. Hey, Mandy. All right. Later, Dragonfire. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna call it for the evening. Unless anybody has like any quick questions. Also, check out excuse me. Hold on. We gotta be able to put that in a actually we gotta put this in so you guys can copy it, right? Isn't that the deal? So this is Discord. Absolutely same time next week. Clark Shack, did you just get here? Everybody's like walking in as I'm leaving. Um, Ella, email me at the email down below. But yeah, like if you guys have any like questions you want me to address during the week, or if you want me to address in a live, hit me up on Discord. I just dropped the Discord link in chat. Um, hop on over to Discord. Either there's a section called questions for Nick. You can ask him in there, and we can absolutely uh We can absolutely address them. If anybody like has an issue and you want to address it live and come on a live, let me know as well. I can definitely bring you in. We can discuss uh if we um if I can't answer your questions, maybe chat can. It's always, like it's always good to have a couple eyes on it. So that's always a thing. Um, anyway, sorry, I'm reading. But yeah, it's like if something comes up during the week or you have a question and you think it'd be good for the live to go over, we could definitely do it. Eventually, I would like to have like the laser going and like like a separate camera on the laser doing its thing. Night, Basil. Yeah, Ella. Sorry, that was what I was talking about. Is YouTube memberships. Clack Shack. What do you like? What machine? Are you working on? Like, Are you working with a 40 watt, or are you working on something completely different? Ooh, sounds fancy. Somebody's fancy. You and me both. I've been doing lasers for several years, and still, like, I still find out random stuff that I did not know. Classified. Clack Shack. Damn you. All right. No worries, brother. I will stay tuned. I will check it out. But yeah, if anything comes up during the week, like hit me up on Discord or email me. We can always like I said, we can always troubleshoot it on here. Or like I can always like have the laser on and we can like actually physically do it. Unlimited access. Interesting. Like it. I'm not familiar with the Kentok laser. Says it's 50 watts. 5.5 watt laser. That sounds like it's got 50 watts going in and 5.5 watts output. And that sounds excessive to be going into that machine for that output. I want to say the Artur is like 20 watts in. Um, anyway, yeah. Email me about that, Ella. We'll figure that out later. Uh, oh shit, I know exactly what you're talking about. Nice. Um, they were supposed to send me one too, by the way. But very cool, man. I will stay tuned because I was really curious about that. I um, if it's the one I'm thinking about, I contacted them and I was like, because it was on Kickstarter when I talked to them, and I was like, I really want to see what this thing will do. Very cool. All right, I'm about to die here apparently. So I am out for this evening, but head on over to Discord. We will chat there and we will come up with future live videos. Cool. Cool. Love you guys. Thanks a lot.